I used to think I wanted kids, by Reddit user Ervanlerpton. I used to love kids, but after what happened last night, I don't want to have them anymore. I used to think I'd put off having kids until the passing of time forced them down my throat. Now, I think I've sworn them off completely. Anyway, let me start at the beginning. I try not to be creepy, but I love to mess with random kids I see. I see a school bus full of kids as I'm driving, and I'll roll down my window and tease them by sticking out my tongue as I drive past. I see them point and laugh down the line of the bus as I go by. It warms my damn heart. I'm in my mid-20s, and that spark of childlike wonder hasn't quite been squeezed out of me by a lifetime of hard work yet. I channel my inner child when I see one out in the world, and typically it's lighthearted fun. When there is a toddler off their parental leash wandering around the restaurant, I make funny faces at them when their parents aren't looking. They see an adult willing to get on their level, and sometimes they make funny faces back. It's a small joy. I know I'll need to stop this habit of mine as I get older. I don't want to get caught one day being a creep by interacting with a child that I don't know. I figure I'll take a break somewhere in my 30s and pick it back up again as I become an old man. Old enough not to be a threat, I guess. Parents laugh at old guys, and I'll be safe once again. For now, though, it's fun. Yesterday, my girlfriend and I were eating lunch on the patio of a local burger place. A little girl, probably 6 years old, I don't know, was meandering about, looking for something to grab her attention. I waited until she looked at me, and I stuck my tongue out, squeezed my eyes shut, and let out a nanny nanny boo boo. Classic kid tease. The little girl noticed me, watched in amazement for a second, laughed, then ran back to her mom. The mom looked like she asked her what she was laughing at, and the little girl pointed at me. I quickly returned to the conversation I was diligently having with my girlfriend, gaslighting the little girl and pretending I didn't do anything. My favorite move. Anyway, the little girl gets back off her figurative leash and starts wandering about again. She is clearly interested in me, and so this is where I traditionally pull out trick number 2, the throwing garbage at kids move. It's hilarious to me, and once I have the kids' attention as the funny adult around, I love blowing straw wrappers out of the straw at them, throwing balled up napkins, etc. at kids. They love it too, but once I hit them, I always act like I'm not doing anything. Back to having a serious conversation with my girlfriend. That's the ticket. To make kids think they are crazy. The funniest part. This little girl proves to actually be crazy, though. She came and sat at a free seat at our table. Immediately, I told her she should go back to her parents. I don't want this kind of interaction. I'm just trying to keep it light. Keep kids from believing that all adults are boring or something. Get out of here. This isn't part of the plan. She looks at me and matter-of-factly states,
"You shouldn't mess with us. We are smarter than you think. We will find your house, and we will kill your pets, and we will burn it all. No evidence."
Whoa there! My girlfriend and I are stunned. We know that kids these days are probably years and years more emotionally grown up than their actual ages, probably because of YouTube algorithms. But this is insane. What the hell did she just say to me? I exchange a worried look with my girlfriend, and she is completely shocked. "Just messing, kid. Go back to your parents." Her mom rushes towards us and angrily grabs her daughter.
"Baby, what are you doing? You can't sit here. Come back to our table."
She looks at me.
Sorry about that. I don't know what got into her.
Mom leads her away with hand on her shoulder, hunched, and reprimanding her as they go. The little girl is sniffling, starts crying, wiping her nose as she sits. I got her in trouble. Oops, my bad. Maybe you shouldn't have come and sat down at a stranger's table. Weird. I have to assume kids are scarred for life every day they are on the internet, but that was brutal. That night, my girlfriend and I make dinner. Ground turkey lettuce wraps. Really good and easy dinner. We're both happy as clams. And strategically, don't bring up what happened at lunch. We don't really want to think about it. It would mean we come to terms with a doomed, weird generation, and that would be a conversation our parents would have about our generation. We finish up dinner, and I'm doing the dishes. There is a window right above our sink, and I look out into the forest that begins at the edge of our property. There is just enough moonlight to make out a dark figure on the edge of the forest. Long hair draped over its shoulders, standing stock still, and evidently looking right at me into the window. I drop the glass I'm cleaning, and it shatters into the sink. Fuck! I look down and see that my palm is bleeding where the glass cut me. I begin washing out the wound and look back out the window. The dark figure is gone. I go into the living room and tell my girlfriend that the little girl followed us home like she promised she would. I just saw her watching me from the outside. She laughs and laughs. We're watching TV when we hear the knock on the front door. 3 quick knocks, then the doorbell twice. I wince at each ring. I had completely forgotten about the dark figure at this point, thinking that I had made it up. My subconscious saw a little girl in the backyard because the weird little freak I messed with at lunch got in my head. I go and peek out of the window next to the door. Nobody there. I open the door a sliver. Nothing. I look down, and on the front stoop are the straw wrappers and crumpled napkin I threw at the girl. I pick up the garbage from our stoop and unfold the napkin. Inside reads, written in crayon and complete with spelling errors,
"You're as good as dead."
Heart beating, I look out into the driveway. There are about 6 small silhouettes in the distance, all standing stock still, watching me from the darkness. I slam the door closed, then lock it, then run up the stairs like there's a monster in the basement. My girlfriend,
"Who was at the door?"
"Nobody, sweetie. Ding dong ditch, I think."
"Remember when we used to do that?"
"Yeah, gotta keep the teenage heart pumping somehow." Back to the TV. I'm distracted. I can't have made it up now. I have the proof in my pocket. The same napkin from lunch today. I should tell my girlfriend. No need to keep this one to myself. She needs to know there is a team of 6-year-olds planning to burn our house down tonight.
"Are you messing with me? What the fuck?"
I reach into my pocket and show her the napkin.
"I'm calling the police."
"What are you going to tell them? There is a 6-year-old serial killer, about 4 foot, strawberry blonde hair, drives a miniature battery-powered Jeep with plate that reads Queen?" We're freaking out. I don't know what to do either, so we close all the windows, lock all the doors, turn on all the lights, and wait. I should mention our house is tiny. We live in a mother-in-law style house apartment behind our landlord. It's 2-bedroom, 1 bath. You enter the house by going up 1 flight of stairs that rests in between 2 garages. We tell our friends in jest that we live in a garage. You can enter the garage by first going down the steps and outside. We leave the garage door unlocked. Nobody comes back here, so we never feel the need to lock it. It's loud to crank open the garage, and you have to do it by hand. We'd know if someone was breaking into it, at least while we were home. Like the little girl read my mind, the garage door below us opens. I rush to the window and peek through the blinds to get a look at who is breaking into our house. No such luck. She is already inside. They are destroying the garage down there. It sounds like multiple children are throwing bikes and chairs around below us. There is laughter too, like they're not trying to hide what they're doing, but instead egging us on to come downstairs. My girlfriend calls the police.
There is someone in our house. The address is here off here. I don't know. They are downstairs. Thank you.
I backseat coach her with what I learned from my concealed carry class I took years ago. I whisper,
"Tell them we're scared."
it's a small move, but an important one. In my country, if you mention on the phone to the police that you're scared, it lends credence to your self-defense story when you've shot an intruder dead in your doorway. Not that I was intending to shoot a 6-year-old, but that's what I learned to say. From downstairs, a small girl's voice teases us.
"You shouldn't have done that."
More giggling. My girlfriend and I embrace each other in the living room, 10 feet above where it sounds like there is a classroom full of kids unsupervised and wreaking havoc. It's late, but my landlord should know why the police are going to show up on his doorstep. I call him to warn him. "Hey, sorry to bother you so late. There is someone in our garage. We don't know who it is. We can hear them from upstairs. We've called the police. Just wanted to let you know." He says he's going to check it out. I protest, but he's a 75-year-old man with guns. He'll be fine against a little kid. My girlfriend and I peek through the front shade as my landlord emerges on his back porch. He's wielding a shotgun. He sees someone in the garage below us. He starts yelling to get their attention, then must have realized it was children as he stops pointing the shotgun at them. He walks forward, telling the kids something, probably to get the hell out of there, or "you're busted," or "leave now or I'll call your parents." What I saw next will haunt me for the rest of my life. A pack of 6-year-olds, no taller than 4 feet tall, rush my landlord. They circle around him like hyenas or a biker gang, and he yells and points. They splash some liquid over him from a styrofoam cup. He grabs one of the kids and holds on to him, but the kid bites his arm and he lets go. There are too many of them. I have to do something. I run to the front door and swing it open, just as I see one of the kids light a match. I've never seen a kid this young light a match with such confidence and proficiency. He looks at me, smiles, and throws it on my landlord. He screams as his entire body catches fire. I look on totally helpless, his clothes and hair alight, rolling on the pavement in front of me, and all I can do is look on in horror as my sweet old landlord burns to death. I slam the door closed and run upstairs like there was a monster in the basement. My girlfriend has been watching through the window and is wide-eyed, crying, and hands over her mouth in horror. The police arrive, but the kids are gone. They take note of our story, but look incredulous. Who would believe us? This fucking generation, I'll tell you.